What up, YouTube? Thank you guys for tuning in for another episode of Restoration and Vick. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe right now. We drop a new video every Monday at 7 p.m. So for this episode, we're going to be working on a pair of 2003 Flu Game 12s. But as you can see, these need a full sole reglue, a deep clean using Rejuvenator, and a midsole repaint. So with that being said, let's get started with the deep clean. So for this deep cleaning, we're going to be using Rejuvenator's 3-brush 4-ounce kit and a Calasso ball. They're both available at rejuvenator.com. Make sure you use my promo code that's available in the description below. Alright guys, check out that huge difference. Check out the before. Leather's looking ashy, dusty, dried up. Now look at the after product. Leather's looking conditioned, healthy. Shoes are looking good. The process only took about 2 minutes. But also, you can also see now that the midsoles actually need a midsole repaint. But anyway, now we're gonna let these dry, come back, prep the soles so we can start with the glue job. Alright guys, so we're back after letting the shoes dry completely. The next thing we're going to do is prep the soles and the bottom of the shoe using acetone and cotton balls. For this area of the sole, we're going to be using a Dremel just because the previous owner used crazy glue all over the shoe. Typically, acetone and cotton balls doesn't get rid of that stuff, so we're going to be using the Dremel. Okay, so now we're going to move on to using the Dremel. For those of you wondering, I purchased mine at Harbor Freight for about 15 bucks. They're pretty cheap and reliable. But we're going to be using it to clean up some areas of the sole and uppers. Alright, so the shoes are fully prepped. Now we're going to move on to actually gluing the soles. But before we could do that, there's going to be one more step. You see this area right here? We can't get any glue on it, so to prevent that, we're going to be pasting some tape all over the carbon fiber and then replacing the sole on top of that and tracing it out with a pencil. Then with an X-Acto knife, we're going to cut around that area and then go ahead and get started with the glue. Alright, so now we got our lines traced out. The next thing we're going to do is cut around the shaded area using an X-Acto knife and remove the excess tape. Alright, so now we're going to move on to removing the excess tape. Make sure when doing this step you take your time doing it because you don't want to remove the shaded parts. Alright, so next thing we're going to do is tape up the uppers all around this area right here. So when we apply the glue, it doesn't get onto the uppers. Alright, so we got the shoes all taped up all around. Now we can actually get started with the glue job. We're going to be using Bar Super Stick cement that I bought on eBay for about 30 bucks. Stuff works great. So for the glue job, we're going to be starting with the back and working our way towards the front. Let's get started. Alright, so we're going to let the glue dry for about 7 minutes, clamp it together, and then move on to the middle part. So it's 8:15 right now. We're gonna have this glue here for about 7 minutes. Come back at 8:22 so we can climb them together. Alright, so I'm all done with the glue job. Check that out. No glue on the uppers. Everything lined up perfectly. No glue on the carbon fiber as well. Successful glue job. The next thing we're going to do is repaint these midsoles. So the first thing we're going to do is prep them with tape so we can strip the paint lightly with acetone and cotton balls. Alright, so we got the midsoles fully stripped on both sides. The next thing we're going to do is start painting using this pre-mixed Flu Game red paint. It's available at resuminator.com. This stuff works for the 1997 OG pair, the 2003 retro pair, the 2009 retro pair as well. It doesn't work on the 2016 pair. They use a crappy color on that shoe. But anyways, let's get started painting using this angular brush. Alright, so this color is super easy to lay down. It only took about 2 coats to fully lay it down. It looks really nice and clean, perfectly matched. Now we're going to go ahead and spray it with the matte finish. Alright, so after letting the matte finish dry for a little while, we're ready to remove the tape and lace them up. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up on the 2003 Flu Game 12 restoration. I showed you how to do a full midsole repaint, a sole reglue, a deep clean. These came out great. Just look at that before and after shot. Big old difference. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it informative. Leave me some comments and let me know what you guys thought about this restoration. And one more thing, if you or a friend has some dope beats, please send us your SoundCloud link to our email in the description below so we can put them in our future videos. As always, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next Monday.